So let's talk about opportunities to be a cloud expert in the federal government sector. Now, as I have previously mentioned, I sold tens of millions of dollars worth of services, cloud solutions, managed services to many different agencies in and outside of the Beltway. So whether it was the Veterans Affairs or Secret Service or IRS or DHS or any number of other smaller agencies that I can think of, I may have, had some experience with them. And every agency, I can tell you, sort of looks at things differently. Some agencies, such as DHS and, for example, the intelligence agencies, are very technology focused, whereas some other agencies, for example, are less technology focused. For example, like the Department of Agriculture, Department of Education. Those agencies are somewhat more archaic. They look at things differently. They also don't have the budgets that the other agencies would have. So again, it's about understanding the agency as well. Now, what are some jobs that typically would require FedRAMP knowledge? Now, it could be anything from solutions architects to pre-sales architects to cloud architects, enterprise architects, security architects, just some. And then, as far as like what kind of certifications that you probably want. Now, remember, FedRAMP is what? It's really more focused around risk management, security, and compliance. So the CISSP is a cert that would definitely be very helpful. The CRISC, the risk, the risk certification would be, very helpful. Also to the CISM, ISA, and the CAS from CompTIA. Those are all very valid certs that would help you. Excuse me. So when we go to LinkedIn, there's over 2,000 roles. Now, how do you become an expert in the federal government sector? Now, to get a clearance is going to be very helpful. Now, some agencies, some contractors will sponsor a clearance. Now, to get a secret clearance, for example, will take sometimes 6 months to 1 year to get the background checks done. To get a top secret is typically at least 18 months. And it does depend on the clearance level and the agency. Now, prior military is helpful. Most folks in technology that get out of the military already have a clearance. I was one of those. So when it comes to being a government employee, you get a clearance that way, or work for a government contractor like Lockheed Martin. They'll sponsor the right people. Booz Allen Hamilton, you name it, right? Most of them have roles you can work and you'll be sponsored. Now, not every agency will let you work if you don't have a clearance. So that's where the kicker comes in, right? It's all a depends sort of scenario. Now, when it comes to resources, there's, of course, FedRAMP.gov. There's AWS compliance resources. And then there's FedRAMP assessors as well. And let me show you that over here. Now, what you could do, let's say, for example, you like to do audits, you like to perform basically compliance reports. That's, something you could do for, specific organizations that have that ability to do that. So if you want to become a third-party assessor, you could do that as well. So to become an accredited assessor, there's a whole process to do it. It'll take about a year to get through this process as well. Again, just review this. You have to get pre-authorized. There's a report you want to read. And then, over here, first you need to go here to the A2LA website. This will tell you the requirements. So to be a compliance auditor, generally you need some experience around other compliance requirements. ISO is typically the baseline that they use. So you would apply here. If you got approved, if you met the requirements, you would get access to training, and then you would, be put in the pool to go through the evaluation process. So again, that's one route as well that people can consider. So what I'd like you to be aware of again, if you're looking for any kind of cloud or security training, compliance, Quick Start, course has options. Train your team, get yourself enabled to get that better job or to relocate your family or whatever you may be looking for. So when it comes to demand for cloud skills, again, there's a lot of demand in the government sectors. Don't be shy if you don't have that experience. However, get an understanding of FedRAMP. Know what it is. Be able to talk intelligently. Know some of the acronyms. Put those acronyms after you learn them, right, on your resume, on your LinkedIn profile. Trust me, when you could get a match from 60% to 80 or 90%, and the recruiter sees that you matched 90% of, the keywords, then that's better than 60. And all you had to do was add, FedRAMP or FISMA or compliance, right? Those are things that people forget to do. Update your keywords, update your resume.